Hello everyone, it's Alex from Ernest Alex Reads, and here is my August wrap-up part 2. Month of August, I also read Eve of Man by Giovanna and Tom Fletcher. This book follows the first biological female born in 50 years. As a whole, I enjoyed this book. I had hoped for more politics surrounding the whole situation, which I definitely got in the last third of this novel. I was not super interested in the romance, which played a heavy role in this book. I ended up giving this book 3 stars. I think I will continue in the trilogy. I also picked up a Jigsaw of Fire and Stars by Yaba Bado. This is a debut novel, I believe, and I was pretty intrigued. I enjoyed the writing. I think it tries to pack in a lot for such a small book, but I'm definitely interested in her writing and will read her next books. I gave this book 3 stars because I then picked up I've Lost My Way by Gayle Forman. This is my first Gayle Forman book, and I really was intrigued by the concept. This book follows 3 strangers that meet in Central Park in New York City because of an accident, and it follows their friendship throughout one day. I was super intrigued by this concept, but wasn't interested in the plot. I gave this 3 stars, but yeah, I thought the concept of this book was better than the actual book. Also in the month of August, I picked up Eliza and Her Monsters by Francisca Zappia. I've been wanting to read this for about a year now, and I'm so glad that I finally bought it and read it. Really like this book. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I think it was extremely well written. The plot was very intriguing and interesting. The characters were well developed, and it was just interesting to read a story that revolves around a content creator on the internet. Another book that I picked up in the month of August is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevo. Like I said in my August Wrapped Up Part 1, I don't pick up poetry a lot. I decided to pick up The Poet X, which is a novel that is told through poems. I was completely drawn into this book. I enjoyed the medium in which this story was told, but the way it was told made the story even more powerful and even more tragic in some parts, and I gave this book 4 stars as well. I read 2 very different books. One of them was My Lady's Choosing by Kitty Koran and Larissa Sagarnes. This is a Your Own Romance novel. I read through one of the storylines of this book. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. The writing style maybe isn't completely one that I 100% enjoy, but I think maybe when I'm in the mood for this book again, I'll make some different choices and maybe hear a story of another eligible man or woman in this book. I gave it 3 stars. In the month of August, I also read The Bells by Donella Clayton. I was very intrigued by this book as well. I have a lot of mixed thoughts about it, and I'm not exactly sure my final opinion of this book. At this point in time, I've given this book 3 stars and might continue in the series, but I'm not sure. And lastly, in the month of August, I read Das Mädchen mit den orangen Papieren by Hans Ziesler. I live in Germany, and I speak German, and my goal, one of my reading goals, is to read 1 German book every month. So this month I kind of cheated by reading a novella, but this is kind of a slice of life novella about a girl in the 1950s that moves from Dresden to a very small town in Bavaria. I enjoyed it. I read it in a day, which for it being in German is pretty impressive, I think. And yeah, I couldn't find it on Goodreads, so I don't think there's an English translation, and I don't know if I would suggest it. It was just, you know, really a slice of life. They did make a couple of jokes about moving to Bavaria and how funny their accent is, and stuff like that that I could appreciate because I also moved to a fairly small town in Bavaria. Yeah, that was the end of my August wrap-up, part 2. Thank you so much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye!